Zero. What does it mean? Complete absence of something. I am giving you two clues. Water freezes at zero temperature. Rockets launching from ground zero. Water freezing at zero temperature means complete absence of any temperature. Ground zero, does it mean there is no depth or no height at ground zero? In this video, we are going to discuss about the preparation of SEBI Grade A exam from zero, and by now you understand zero is a reference point. Zero does not mean complete absence of something. Here I am going to tell you about how you are going to start your preparation from that ground zero, and that ground zero is going to be different for you, maybe my ground zero. The exam structure and the syllabus, previous year cutoffs, pattern of question and study material. What shall be your preparation strategy to launch you from your ground zero? Starting from first understanding where is your ground today. What is this starting from the scratch? You already have the minimum education qualification required for SEBI Grade exam. You have either done masters or you are a graduate in engineering, or maybe a chartered accountant, cost accountant, CFA, or company secretary. Some of you may have some existing preparation label. Actually, I know most of you, because when we talk with various students, we know you have been preparing for other exam, maybe IBPS, RBI, NABARD, prelims of any these exam you have appeared in, cleared. There are many UPSC aspirant. Then there are many those who are working in bank, other financial institutions, and here the mock test result. When I said that you are launching yourself from ground zero, realize your ground zero is different than my ground zero. So attempt a mock test. How do you know where do you stand? See what is your score. Guys, you know mock tests are absolutely free at ixamBee. The mock test which matches the exam level, I'm telling you, it is very, very important. It is a very deliberate, cautious call by ixamBee team not to make mock test more difficult. There is no point preparing for CAT level exam if your goal is IBPS PO. Based on these above facts, then you select what is your existing goal. I am categorizing all of you in these categories and understand A and B. A are those who have background in commerce, finance, which is definitely helpful for SEBI Grade A, but I will come to the result. Hold on. I will show you the actual selections of previous year, and then you will realize that those who come from other degrees, maybe BTech, LLB, or other postgraduate, how much scope they have. But categorizing this, those who are from other degrees as B and A are those who have finance or related degree, those who are MA Economics, MBA, CA, CFA, cost accountant. And one signifies here is you have started preparation of IBPS, RBI, SEBI, NABARD, or any other exam. So you are not completely unaware of the preparation for these comments of exams. So that's why you are A. So you realize where you are, 1A, 1B. If you have cleared any of these exams, your QRE and general awareness is strong. So then I am placing you in category 2, level 2. Again, you can be A and B depending on your education qualification. And if you have been preparing for UPSC for 2 years or more, because here I am realizing you have stronger writing skills. You have deeper understanding of the general awareness. I am giving you level 3, again A and B depending on the qualification, education qualification, and any eligible degree, but you have work experience of working in bank and FIs. What happens if you are working in financial market, if you are working in financial institutions, if you have work experience of working in financial sector, even if your background is BTech or BA history, that nullifies. So I am leaving the financial background behind. Then you are starting from a level which I am calling at level 4. 4 does not mean that is stronger than it is level 2. I am coming to what kind of preparation you have to do. But before that, understand there is nothing starting from preparation 0. So if this is about life and this is our age on the x-axis, and this is the knowledge if I write that on y-axis. So you will realize that today all of you 21 year plus have some knowledge. You are not starting at zero. If we go to the mathology, Abhimanyu started learning when he was not even born, and it happens with babies. It happens with all of us. In mother's womb also we are learning. Don't know where is ground zero, but definitely I will help you identifying whether your label is here or here or here if SEBI grade A selection is somewhere here. For that, most important is your existing education label, what you have today, and your mock test score. Unless you know how much you have in the line where you have to go, you won't know your level 0. You have to help yourself. We help the student determining their 0 level by first asking them to go for this mock test. In our exclusive course, what we do with the student, we ask them to attempt full length test. We have made special diagnostic test like for SEBI Grade A Paper 1, then SEBI Grade A Phase 1 Paper 2, and exclusive descriptive English mock test. We ask the student to write these 3 tests, and then we sit with them, understand where they stand, and this is done 101. Depending on your education background and your preparation level, then we provide the personalized guidance, a personalized study plan and a preparation strategy which is exclusively for you. But you have to do it for yourself. I am telling you how you can do it for yourself, but these tests you have to do. I can bring the cake to you, but you have to eat it. Now that you know your preparation level, know your motivation level. 2 things. It is like hardware and software. Hardware is very important. That is technical knowledge. And software, it is like your motivational level. It is also very important. What do you think today? I won't be a SEBI Grade A officer. I can't be a SEBI Grade A officer. Or I want to be a SEBI Grade officer. How do I become a SEBI Grade officer? I will try to become a SEBI Grade officer. I can become a SEBI Grade officer. I will become a SEBI Grade officer. I have become. Where do you stand? You are the best judge of it. I have not made a psychological test for finding out this level of motivation as of now. Maybe we do it in ixamBee because we improve ourselves very fast, but our mentors guide you in finding out your potential. When we talk to you, we also understand your motivation level in addition to your technical abilities. Now coming to the exam pattern. You have to understand that you have to give mock test. अंडरस्टैंड द एग्जाम पैटर्न एंड सिलेबस. अगर आपने ये पहले भी सुना है फिर से सुनो, दिमाग में छप जाना चाहिए. रादर टेक ए प्रिंट आउट ऑफ दिस एंड पेस्ट समवेयर यू स्टडी. मूवी देखिए लाइफ इज ब्यूटीफुल, पूरा दाएं बाएं आजू बाजू सब. व्हाट इज इंपॉर्टेंट दैट ओनली यू शैल सी. ओके, सो कमिंग टू दिस phase 1 exam consists of 2 papers. Paper 1, which is QRE and GA. So quant, reasoning English and general awareness, more emphasis on financial awareness. And paper 2, 6 topics: account, finance, costing, companies act, economics and management. Interesting part is it is only qualifying in nature. You have to get these minimum marks, 30% here, 40% here. ज्यादा लाने से कुछ नहीं होने वाला है, because rank तो बनाता नहीं SEBI. Last time 13,000 student cleared it. So minimum marks ले आओ. No merit, only cutoff is required. If you are good in quant, reasoning English and general awareness, have cleared some prelims of IBPS or other exam, you can spend less time here. Rather study these 6 topics so that you get help in your mains exams also, and there is no sectional cutoff. It is also not given how many questions will be there for these 6 topics in paper 2. Phase 2 exam, which is the exam for your selection. Still I am saying you, phase 1 को cakewalk मत लेना. Only 13,000 cleared, but relatively easier. Now in phase 2, it consists of 2 papers, English descriptive, which is 1/3 of the weightage. So you have to learn how to write. And remember, this is a test of English writing. People start thinking about how much technical knowledge I shall have. The technical knowledge which you will get in studying these 6 topics will be good enough. Correct English लिखनी है. Correct, grammatically correct. Every punctuation, spelling, grammar, simple sentences. Don't impress with vocabulary. Simple लिखना है because you have to write tomorrow in office. That's why this paper is there. Paper 2, all these 6 topics which I discussed in phase 1, and this has 2/3 weightage. तो ये बहुत ज्यादा important है 6 topics because these are there in phase 1, these are here in phase 2. 2/3 weightage 67% weightage तो इसका हो गया. And of course, based on the overall score in paper 1 to paper 2, you will get the interview call. Interview is 15% of the weightage, so this will be converted to 85%. What you score in phase 2 exam. Now come to the syllabus. So in general awareness का कोई syllabus होता नहीं है, indicative होता है, but still these are the topic you have to study: monetary policy, banking and finance awareness, economic terms, current affairs, static GA, finance and economic news, government scheme, agreement, deal, banking terms, rates, processes, national institutions. As I was saying in the other video, if they ask you who was the founder of Infosys, you cannot say it is out of the syllabus. General awareness you have to build every day. अगर क्लास 5th से नहीं build करी है, you are still not late, but you have to build it every day, not after the notification comes or after you complete the syllabus of QRE. Please don't do that mistake. I am telling you, you will never be able to clear the exam that way if you don't know very basic things. How many pillars our constitution has, or what was 5-year planning in Indian development. BPDA we provide you in Hindi and English. फ्री में आप डाउनलोड कर सकते हैं. और आजकल हमने एक बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग गेम शुरू किया है, KBG, कौन बनेगा गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर. इस तरीके की क्विज से you can actually develop your general awareness very fast. Download these BPDA, Economic Survey, Union Budget from website for free and play KBG. Question like this. Guess कर सकते हो क्या कॉमन है? हाँ, ये तो समझ में आ रहा है कि ये ओलंपिक का लोगो है और ये मोनालिसा. But what is the answer here? This we are playing in our Facebook channel. You can see all the questions and participate. For phase 1 preparation, we have Sri sir, who is an ex-RBI manager, who has been teaching students for last 9 years. I would say thousands of his students are now working in RBI, SEBI, NABARD, banks, SSC, UPSC, and Amit sir also takes regular sessions on general awareness. For English descriptive, we have Manali ma'am. Must be listening to her videos. You must be attending her classes. She is doing sometime classes on YouTube also. And on quantitative in paper 1, the topic of quantitative are as it is there in all the exams: simplification, percentages, number series, quadratic equation, HCF, LCM, ratio, proportion, partnerships. So these are common topic. Almost in all exams, including in your CAT, MAT, NDA, CDS, you will have all these topics. Karan Sardana sir is the expert faculty. If you have any difficulty in speed or accuracy, he is here to guide you, suggesting the tips. For reasoning, which is again a common topic in most of the exams, if you have never prepared for these exams, then you have to start it early and it is very scoring. Though in SEBI exam, you have to just qualify. So puzzle, sitting arrangement, circulars, square, linear, data sufficiency, direction, distance, coding, decoding, blood relations, inequalities, syllogism, input, output, verbal reasoning. So all these kinds of topics are there. It can be anything and it is very logical. So in less time, you can develop reasoning expertise and score there. Anshul sir is the expert faculty for that. Now the common topics, these 6 topics in phase 1 and phase 2, which are more important for your SEBI. You can't become a SEBI officer unless you study commerce, accounts, management, finance, costing, companies acts, and economics. The depth of the question will be limited. And please understand, this is a simple statement, but people don't understand this. And that is the mistake the experts do. The experts, quote unquote, those who are expert in accounts, finance, I have seen them doing this mistake, going too much deep, CA, discussing all about accounts law, while the CSL actually spend his time studying management, which he knows very limited. Maybe if I ask what is ERG theory or who gave the theory Z, the Japanese style of management, or maybe his understanding of the economic principles, Ricardo's principle of relative advantage rather than absolute advantage in the trade, formation of WTC, GATT, etc. So there are things to study beyond your core subject. For somebody who is an MBA finance, maybe knowing management and finance, shall try to understand the fundamentals of accounts, basics of the Companies Act. It's a single paper because these 6 topics will be asked in one single paper. No exact distribution of the subject in these 50 questions. So normally 50 questions are asked and syllabus is huge. How much to cover? Breadth or depth? That is the question I have been trying to address here. You have to balance it very, very well because ultimate aim is to score more than your competition. You go too much into the depth of any topic and you lose the breadth. Most of the questions are simple, low-hanging fruit. Descriptive English, which is 1/3 of the exam, here you have to write, you have to type. With the help of the computer keyboard, your writing skills are checked and including the power of expression. How well you can express yourself by writing, because once you become an officer, you will have to write in office. You have to write simple, but you have to write impressive. Dr. Sharma, who has been with RBI for 35 years, a PhD from IIT Kanpur, expert faculty for English, is going to help you. And Arnima ma'am, who has been teaching for competitive exam for last 10 years plus, are your experts here. Now telling you previous year cutoff in SEBI Grade A journal. So as I said, 30% was in paper 1, 40% in paper 2, and aggregate 40% was required. And the last year there were 80 posts for journal, 34 in legal, 22 in IT, and 5 in research, for which these are the number of applications. So out of 88,000, 13,000 cleared phase 1. So you can understand that this is a very good percentage in terms of the phase 1 clearance. Large number of people could clear phase 1. So phase 2 becomes your decisive. 15% people are clearing here. But if you are eligible for legal, apply there. Number of vacancies were higher and 13,000 applications comparatively. You can apply in 2 of the exams also. And if you see, this was the final cutoff. Unreserved 69 marks, 69.24, and almost same earlier in 2018 also. And only phase 2, if you see, it was 66 here, 64 here. That is written, means phase 2, 2 papers take this as 100 marks. So 67 and 33 you can say, because 2/3 was the common paper and 1/3 was the English. And when I am saying final selection, so interview marks are also added here. If you just go to the interview by getting the minimum marks, you need 13.14 marks in the interview out of 15, which you are not going to get in most probability. So your phase 2 score is very, very, very important. These 6 topics where our faculty member help you. For this complete analysis, you may watch this video by Prachi ma'am. Now let's discuss paper-wise and subject-wise strategy for your ground zero. Paper 1 is QRA and general awareness, and in this, what shall be your strategy? So these are the topic. General awareness, as I said, you can't actually define a syllabus here. There is no sectional cutoff, so wherever you are strong, so you are strong in quant, get more score there. Know your strength and utilize it, because here you shall save your time. Study more for that 6 topic. Those who are in phase 2 also learn to skip and pick. Like a cricketer, you know which ball to play and which to skip. Your speed and accuracy matters here, and practice for perfection to score high. Skipping the difficult question, like a cricketer bends in front of a bouncer. ईगो नहीं अड़ानी है क्वेश्चन से. डिफिकल्ट क्वेश्चन आया, साइड हट जाओ. वैसे भी सेबी के एग्जाम में तो यू जस्ट नीड टू क्वालिफाई. Why to waste your time? You have so many questions here, and you see a easy question, short खेलो, correct answer, whether it is reasoning or English or GA, जो आपको आता है उसमें स्कोर करो, you get the phase 1 selection. So considering which category you belong to, you know now your ground zero is which one out of these. So I would suggest if you are level 1A or 1B, you have to climb steeper, and if you are 2A or 2B already cleared prelims exam, so आपको कम climb करना है. Your journey is smoother for phase 1. For UPSC aspirant, they are in 3A 3B category, they will have to climb steeper than 2A 2B but less steeper than 1A 1B because उनका जनरल अवेयरनेस में अच्छा स्कोर आएगा, एंड दे आर ऑल्सो रीजनेबली गुड इन QRE. उन्हें यूपीएससी में भी एप्टीट्यूड टेस्ट पास करना होता है. एंड इफ यू हैव क्लियर्ड द एग्जाम, यू आर वर्किंग इन सम ऑफ द बैंक, तो आई फील you are stronger in both, so you have lesser to climb to clear phase 1 exam. Now coming to phase 2, subject wise distribution of the question. If you see, understand that accordingly you can divide your study time, but conclusion is you have to study all. So phase 1, so this was the distribution of the questions: costing, companies act, economics, GA, accounts, management, finance. And to be very frank, बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस में ये बताना मुश्किल होता है कि आप इसको फाइनेंस में डालो कि मैनेजमेंट में, या अकाउंट्स में डालें कि फाइनेंस में. सो मेनी देयर आर सो मेनी ओवरलैप्स, एंड यू कैन सी ऑलमोस्ट ऑल टॉपिक्स वर कवर्ड. और फेज 2 में तो ये डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन ऑलमोस्ट इक्वल नजर आया हमको. So almost equal number of representation from all 6 topic. You cannot say I will skip Companies Act and study economics. Please don't do that mistake. बहुत बड़ी गलती होगी वो. आपको करना क्या है? You have to study all 6 subject. Pick low hanging fruits. जो मैंने अभी आपको जैसे दिखाया था, क्रिकेटर जहां वीक बॉल मिली वहां चौका लगाना है. You have to find out where are the easier questions, and I am also telling you this easier question is also subjective. कोई क्वेश्चन मेरे लिए बहुत इजी हो सकता है, वो आपके लिए मुश्किल हो सकता है, डिपेंडिंग ऑन द बैकग्राउंड, डिपेंडिंग ऑन व्हाट यू स्टडीड, who was your teacher, who was your mentor, who was your friend, who helped you in your preparation. एग्जाम हॉल में कोई हेल्प नहीं करने वाला है. So if you have studied quite in breadth, आपने काफी सारा चीजें कवर कर रखा है इन 6 टॉपिक में, the more you cover, the more low hanging fruits you will find. Questions are meant for students from various education background, and they get selection. I will come to that data. You have to study and you have to understand concepts. हर चीज में आपको concepts fundamental strong होने चाहिए. The more time you spend understanding the fundamentals, you can use this technique called एलिमिनेशन मेथड, ऑप्शन एलिमिनेशन आप कब यूज कर सकते हो? जब आपको फंडामेंटल स्ट्रांग होते हैं, तो समझ में आता है कि ये 2 ऑप्शन तो बेकार हैं, एंड देन यू यूज दिस ऑप्शन एलिमिनेशन मेथड, एंड यूर मोस्ट ऑफ द सच इंटेलिजेंट केसेस विल बी गुड. दैट विल हेल्प यू इन बिकमिंग द फाइनल ग्रेड ए ऑफिसर इन सेबी. न्यूमेरिकल्स डोंट वरी मच. फेज 1 और फेज 2 में बहुत न्यूमेरिकल आते नहीं है, बहुत सिंपल लेवल के न्यूमेरिकल थे फेज 1 में, बेसिक कॉन्सेप्चुअल न्यूमेरिकल, एंड देयर वर 2 न्यूमेरिकल इन फेज 1, 9 न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चंस इन फेज 2, मोस्टली इन कॉन्सेप्चुअल, कॉस्टिंग, अकाउंट्स और फाइनेंस तीनों से थे. बट डोंट थिंक कि अकाउंट्स ज्यादा थे इस बार, तो अगली बार भी अकाउंट्स के ही ज्यादा होंगे. सो बी वेरी वेरी केयरफुल अबाउट दिस, दैट न्यूमेरिकल्स आर ऑल्सो बेस्ड ऑन द फंडामेंटल अंडरस्टैंडिंग. So when we study this topic, we do these numericals, because बिना न्यूमेरिकल के समझ में भी नहीं आएंगे. If I tell you find out the current ratio, so if you do some numericals on current ratio, you will remember what is a current ratio, right, and how it is different from a quick ratio. 2 न्यूमेरिकल कर लो, आपको फॉर्मूला भी याद हो जाएगा, न्यूमेरिकल करना भी आ जाएगा. You have to study it well. Coming to the syllabus, commerce and accountancy. Let's have a quick view. In commerce and accountancy, you have to study accounting as a financial information system. आप समझ रहे हो? Accounting not as a chartered accountant, accounting as a financial information system, जैसे MIS management information system में यूज करते हैं. Because when you become SEBI Grade A officer, you have to read financial information. You have to read the balance sheet of the company. आप वहाँ बैलेंस शीट बनाने नहीं जाओगे. You will not be required to make a trial balance. So you understand and read balance sheet, that is good enough. Accounting standard with specific reference to accounting for depreciation, inventories, revenue recognition, fixed asset, foreign exchange transaction, investment. These are the areas where there are gaps. Depreciation में लोग कुछ लगा के they can manipulate books easily. Inventory, old inventory is lying and it is looking like an asset. Revenue recognition, एक्चुअल में पैसा आया ही नहीं है बट इट इज रिकॉग्नाइज्ड बाय रेवेन्यू. Fixed assets, whether it is real or not, always see, because SEBI is a market regulator, so always when you are reading a financial statement you have to see where can be the loopholes. Cash flow statement, fund flow statement, financial statement analysis, ratio analysis, so all these are part of it. Unless you have a cash flow statement understanding, you won't be able to know the liquidity position of the company. It is important. Accounting for share capital transactions including bonus share, right share, because SEBI is the securities market regulator, तो आपको ये share capital transactions थोड़ा ज्यादा समझ में आने चाहिए. All kind of matters related to shares including ESOPs, employee stock options are called ESOPs in short. Buyback of securities, क्यों कंपनीज बायबैक करती हैं, क्या एडवांटेजेस हैं, क्या डिसएडवांटेजेस हैं, किसके लिए. बोनस शेयर करेंगे तो मार्केट कैपिटलाइजेशन में क्या होगा. Sometimes we get confused, but once you have understood the fundamental, you will feel it is a cakewalk. Preparation and presentation of the company's final account, basic. मैंने आपको बताया कि आपको बनाने नहीं होते हैं, but you have to know what is asset, what is liabilities, what is profit and loss statement, what is cash flow statement, what are the important things in this, so that you can read it well. अगर आप already CA हैं, CS हैं, तो आप अपने basics revise कर लो, that will be good enough. As I told in beginning also, you rather focus on the other topics. If you are from non-finance background, focus on simpler aspect like financial statement, bonus share, preparation present the financial statement, know basic accounting concepts and move on. Basics पे ध्यान रखना, fundamental strong करके चलना. Just by cramming few things will not help. इससे एग्जाम तो पक्का क्लियर नहीं होगा, दैट में सेटिस्फाई योर ईगो. मैंने थोड़ा पढ़ाई कर ली है बट एग्जाम निकालने के लिए फंडामेंटल्स आर मस्ट. मैनेजमेंट, एनी ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल बिहेवियर बुक यू टेक, ओबी बोलते हैं हम शॉर्ट में उसको, या एचआर की बुक भी बोल सकते हैं, आपको ये सारे टॉपिक मिल जाएंगे. बी वेरी वेरी सिलेक्टिव इन स्टडीइंग मैनेजमेंट. स्कोप होता क्या है मैनेजमेंट, इसका प्रोसेस क्या है. पोस्ट कॉर्प, बहुत जगह आपको ये पोस्ट कॉर्प मिलेगा. So post corp is about planning, organization, staffing, directing and controlling. Role of a manager, leadership style, theories of leadership are very popular topic in management. And concept of HRD, motivation, theories of motivation, again another important topic. There are so many management motivation theories. आपको उनके basic पता होना चाहिए, who proposed that theory. And communication processes, SMCR model, different type of communication, verbal, non-verbal, which you I think understand by reading here and there also, but read a topic on communication will be good enough here. Basics पे अगर आप फोकस करोगे, मैनेजमेंट होता क्या है, इसके रोल क्या है, एंड लीडरशिप स्टाइल एंड थ्योरीज, मोटिवेशन थ्योरीज, तो दिस विल हेल्प यू. दिस इज ए सिंपल टॉपिक, रिवाइज इट एट रेगुलर इंटरवल एंड क्वेश्चंस आर मोस्टली एप्लीकेशन बेस्ड, मोस्टली लॉजिकल थिंकिंग. तो आपको सिचुएशन को पढ़ना होगा, उस सिचुएशन के हिसाब से, मैनेजमेंट थ्योरी के हिसाब से यू हैव टू चूज द राइट आंसर. यहाँ पर आपको प्रैक्टिस जरूर करनी पड़ेगी. डोंट थिंक कि मैं मैनेजमेंट टॉपिक के 10 पेज पढ़ने के बाद एग्जाम में जाके क्वेश्चंस कर लूंगा. फाइनेंस, फाइनेंशियल सिस्टम. So role and functions of the regulatory bodies in financial sectors. Who are the regulatory bodies? SEBI तो definitely है. SEBI के अलावा RBI is important regulatory body. Then you have IRDA. Then you have PFRDA also having some regulation, especially on the finance sector we are talking about. So RBI, SEBI दोनों बहुत important हैं. You have to understand there are sometime overlapping also in some of the areas. What regulator do? SEBI की वेबसाइट पर भी आपको मिल जाएगा. Financial market, प्राइमरी एंड सेकेंडरी मार्केट होती क्या है, एंड ऑल टाइप ऑफ मार्केट है, फॉरेक्स, मनी, बॉन्ड, इक्विटी. सो समवेयर यू विल फाइंड दैट दीज टू मार्केट आर रेगुलेटेड बाय आरबीआई, बट इट्स ओके, यू हैव टू नो ना व्हाट आर द बेसिक फंक्शंस, इंस्ट्रूमेंट. फाइनेंस के जो बाकी टॉपिक हैं लाइक डेरिवेटिव, टाइप्स ऑफ डेरिवेटिव, फॉरवर्ड, फ्यूचर, स्वैप्स, रिसेंट डेवलपमेंट, when you are reading newspaper. For general awareness also it is required. Financial inclusion, don't go much in deep, understand what is financial inclusion. So if you are preparing for say NABARD and RBI, this topic become much more important. You have to go much in deep. तो हम जब कोर्स की बात करते हैं ना, तो ये बहुत ध्यान में रखते हैं. टॉपिक तो वही है, but financial inclusion for NABARD is very very important, because NABARD is here for rural development, for agriculture development, and RBI agenda is financial inclusion. SEBI भी करता है, SEBI spreads awareness about financial product, but जितना काम इसमें RBI ने और NABARD ने किया है, SEBI ने उसके मुकाबले कम किया, because for SEBI the focus is somewhere else, and SEBI is a newer regulator, more modern also in many things you can say. Alternate source of finance, private and social cost benefit, PPP, private public partnership, direct tax, indirect tax होते क्या है, fiscal policy, monetary policy, inflation. So inflation you will see it in economics also, like there will be some overlapping. WPI, CPI. So here also remember that SEBI is capital market regulator. So understand about SEBI, understand about फाइनेंशियल मार्केट. इस बार बहुत आईपीओ निकाले. आई थिंक द मैक्सिमम नंबर ऑफ आईपीओ इन इंडियन मार्केट allowed by SEBI. Why? What is happening in the capital market? Also understand the fundamental of derivative development, any development in financial sector, and more so in the capital market and securities market where SEBI is the regulator. On costing side, so costing also understand from the management side, not that you are a cost accountant. You may be a qualified cost accountant, वो आप हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है, बट यहाँ पर अगर आप टॉपिक देखोगे तो दिस इज रिलेटेड टू मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग, इंट्रोडक्शन टू कॉस्ट एंड मैनेजमेंट अकाउंटिंग, मेथड्स ऑफ कॉस्टिंग, लीफो फीफो ये आपने पढ़े होंगे, बेसिक्स ऑफ द कॉस्ट अकाउंटिंग एनालिसिस, स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग, मार्जिनल कॉस्टिंग, बजटरी एंड बजटरी कंट्रोल. हियर दीज मैनेजमेंट स्टाइल एंड द लॉजिक ऑफ द कॉस्टिंग, CIT, just in time, Kaizen costing, 5 S's, lean systems, TPM, even PERT and CPM also you shall know, Six Sigma, BPR. So all these important terms are required to be studied. Somewhere you will find that this is overlapping with the management, but yes, that is correct, because ultimately this is one exam. So contract costing process is important. Focus on understanding concepts of cost, break-even, present value concept, standard cost, and variance budgeting. Lean systems questions were asked on this. You have to be focused in your studies. Here in Companies Act, specifically the syllabus is given that you have to study specific chapter 3, 4, 8, 10, 11, 12, 27. This is how it revolves around topics that relates to raising money from investors and ensuring corporate governance. So क्यों ये चैप्टर चूज किए हैं? Because these are related to SEBI's functions: investors management, protecting the interest of the investors, and ensuring corporate governance. So these are very important things for SEBI. So understand these: prospects and allotment of securities, share capital and debentures, declaration and payment of dividend, which are related to raising money from investors and giving them the return. So return is giving by giving dividend. There may be a capital appreciation that is different, but companies declare dividend. Capital appreciation happen in the market when the price of the share increases. So here chapter 10, audit and auditors, 11, appointment and qualifications of the directors, and 12th, meeting of the board and its powers are related to corporate governance. These are important distinction between these chapters, and when you are reading these chapters, focus on corporate governance and raising money with all transparency, protecting the interest of the investors. 27th one is NCLT and appellate tribunal. The process in case of the dispute, how it has to be addressed, is to be studied here. Legal framework for companies, how a company is constituted, all that also you have to study. So in economics, some basic things about demand, supply, market structures, national income, GDP, GNP, the measurement you have to do, and then Keynesian approach, modern approach, basic consumption function, multiplier, accelerator, demand supply of the money, ISLM function you have to study about, flip curve, business cycles. Understand all this so that you can answer MCQ. You are not going to write a lengthy topic on economics, lengthy paper on economics, balance of payment, foreign exchange market, inflation, monetary and fiscal policy, NBFCs, because NBFCs are important institution in the financial market, though it are license is given by RBI. But as I said, there are so many overlapping. You have to understand this. Conceptual question mostly on demand supply, GDP, inflation, business cycles, budget were asked in 2020. Now to tell you the strategy for preparing paper 2, because when I am telling you about preparing from ground zero, paper 2 is most important. Focus on concept. Understand various terms and concepts. I am repeating it again and again, but फिर वही आप गलती करोगे, रट्टा मार के जाओगे. I can't help. Always keep your studies to the point. You have to know what is your aim. What is your aim? You are shooting for becoming a SEBI Grade A officer. Be a journalist and pay attention to simple things. Pay attention to simple things. I am telling you, it is sounding very simple, but still difficult to do, because that is what is most of the books are meant for. If you can't explain it simply, you don't understand well enough. That is what Albert Einstein said. So when you are trying to understand any concept, see whether you have understood it in simple terms. Some of the professions, say for example, doctors, chartered accountant, lawyers, economists, these are meant to be complex. So you see the doctor's handwriting in any prescription, वो आपको समझ में नहीं आएगी, because that is how it is meant. The legal language, एक agreement draft होगा जो lawyer ने draft किया होगा, उसमें ऐसा अंग्रेजी लिखा होगा, you and me can't understand. Yeah, that is how the profession is given value. I am not saying it is useless, but that is not your and my job to become an officer, a journalist officer. तो वो भाषा को बस जान जाना है कि इसमें कहना क्या चाह रहा है इस लीगल एग्रीमेंट में या ये बैलेंस शीट में. But you and me are not going to become a legal expert or a chartered accountant or an economist by studying all this. So remember that aim. Your aim is to become an officer, not an economist, not a lawyer, not a chartered accountant, but you have to study all this topic. Be aware of the finance world in general. हो क्या रहा है फाइनेंस की दुनिया में, वो आपको अच्छे से पता होना चाहिए. So if I tell you how much you have to climb from your ground zero, and you know what is your ground zero, so if you are 1A, अब A और B में थोड़ा डिफरेंस आएगा दोस्तों. Being A, you will have some edge if you have understanding of finance, accounts. So comparatively, 1A will have lesser climb comparison to 1B. Likewise, 2A having degree in finance, costing or CACFA will have lesser climb than 2A, because we have already cleared some exam also, and 2B will have to climb higher. आपको ये 6 टॉपिक में मेहनत ज्यादा करनी पड़ेगी. 3A, you have been preparing for UPSC. I am firmly believing that you are stronger in English description also. Paper 2, 1/3 weightage. If you are 3B category, your climb will be sharper. And if you are already working in a bank or in a financial institution, you have cleared this exam, so your climb is somewhere in between, and it also depends on how deep you have been into finance, commerce, accounts, companies law, the topic which are important for phase 2. These are the indicative climb. If you have to climb the mountain to become SEBI Grade A officer, but I think most important here is again this: where is your ground zero? These are the different scenario. Exactly in all these scenario, where do you stand? You have to find out. Divide your preparation in QRE for phase 1, static, theory part of paper 2, and GN, dynamic paper 2. I suggest do all 3 together. Don't think that you can build this at the end. You have to do it simultaneously. QRE here is just qualifying. Even if you are starting today, I will tell about notification. Even if you are starting today, you have to score qualifying in QRE. You start all this together. You study theory and see what you read in newspaper next day. Oh, yesterday I read about red herring prospectus, and it is written here that Paytm has filed red herring prospectus. Oh, this company has bought back the shares. So they have written they have bought back the shares at this price. So yesterday only you read about buyback and there is a news. So this happening together helps you in understanding. And our expert faculty, Prachi ma'am, Neha ma'am, are going to help you in any question related to these 6 topics because of their expertise in teaching these topics year after year. Prachi ma'am has more than 10 years of experience. He was a manager with Care Rating Agency earlier, BCom from Hansraj College, Delhi University, and MBA from BIMTech Noida. And Neha ma'am is MBA from Delhi University and BCom from SRCC Delhi. She is a NET qualified, also worked with ICRA. Sushil Ragde sir will help you in general awareness, financial awareness related topics with his wide experience and the number of degrees which are difficult for me to write down here. In short, I can say he has worked with RBI as manager. He was Grade B officer with RBI. Before that, he was with Allahabad Bank, the most known faculty for regulatory exam. For descriptive English, Arnima ma'am and Dr. Sharma will be there. You will have to practice. For descriptive English, come to the website and you will get this practice test. Here, you have to write, submit your test, and we will evaluate. करना खुद से पड़ेगा. Unless you write, you won't realize how many mistakes you make. मैं अपनी जानता हूँ because I keep on writing emails, I keep on writing here and there. I do lot of spelling mistake, lot of grammar mistake, but fortunately today to help me there is automation by Microsoft Word or on Gmail also, which is not for you when you are appearing in the exam. Therefore, for descriptive English, your climb is going to be steeper if you are 1A, 1B, maybe relatively less if you are 2A, 2B, and further less if you have some work experience because then you are habitual to writing in office, some email, some notes. And if you are an UPSC aspirant, you are habitual of writing large essays. Here in SEBI exam, you are not going to write too much, but you have to write correct. This is going to be your climb in case of the English descriptive paper. Overall, depending on your category, your education background, if you come from the B, that is finance, accounts, management background, you have slight advantage if you see the syllabus. And 3 and 4 preparation has some advantage because you have progressed, you have been preparing for so long, you have cleared some exam. But hold on, you have to see how it happens in the real exam. What matters more is when you start preparation, what is your strategy? How much consistent you have been? Today, by watching this video, you got motivated. I will start my preparation from tomorrow, and then tomorrow you never open the book. You have to be consistent. Even though finance students have some advantage, see that 2/3 of the selections is from the non-finance student. This RTI last year selections, 60 people were from non-finance background because these are the CA, CS, CFA. Rest these are BTech, engineering graduate or master's degree in any discipline. You need more evidence or you need more excuses. It is up to you. देखो career आपका है. The questions are basic. As I said, study the basic, fundamental, conceptual. Most of the exam is objective. Whatever is subjective, that is descriptive English. Being a chartered accountant doesn't give you any edge there. और ये तो भूल के भी मत कहना कि इंटरव्यू में चांसेस किसके ज्यादा हैं. That I have explained many a times. Interview is not test of your technical knowledge. It is test of your personality. We will discuss this separately, but now you will be thinking अब notification कब आएगा. बस अगर आप उसका इंतजार कर रहे हैं, then तो you stop it here. Notification आने के बाद तो the story is going to be changed. But if you see the trend of last years, so there is no fixed time. There is no fixed month when the notification comes. And last year, the notification came in March, but after that, because of the COVID, the exam was delayed. So we all know that. Already, it is 1.5 years and the exam was delayed. So notification may come any day. I cannot tell you more than that. You are wise enough to understand. If you want to become SEBI Grade A officer, इतना तो wise होना ही पड़ेगा. that seeing all this syllabus, knowing all the competition, yesterday was the best day to start the preparation. अब best day तो निकल गया. You can start it only today. Once the notification comes, how much time you have? अब देख लो past trend. अब बीच में कोविड आ जाएगा, थर्ड वेव आ जाएगा, उसके लिए टाइम ज्यादा मिल जाएगा, गॉड नोज. एंड नाउ यू मस्ट रीडिंग ऑल्सो कि थर्ड वेव वगैरह कुछ ऐसा होने का चांसेस नहीं है, थोड़ा कम ज्यादा हो सकती है प्रॉब्लम, बट डोंट यू सिट विद दैट एक्सपेक्टेशन दैट आफ्टर द नोटिफिकेशन यू आर गोइंग टू गेट टाइम. नोटिफिकेशन आने के बाद फेज 1 एग्जाम के लिए आपको मिलता है मे बी 25 days, मे बी 40 days, बट दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू बी एनफ if you have to study all that 6 topic, the huge syllabus. If you want to become an officer, don't delay your preparation. Start today. Attempt previous year paper, which are absolutely free, available on the website. Previous year paper section में आप जाओ और सेबी के आप previous year paper देखो. You will realize what are the real questions. I have already given you the evidence. Non-finance background के कितने लोग select हो रहे हैं, but you have to do it yourself. And you studying using the ixamBee content, utilize this technology. जो सेक्शन आपने कंप्लीट कर लिया है, you can mark it important, whatever way. तो उसमें क्या है, आप दोबारा रिवाइज करने के लिए आपको easy होगा. You can track your progress, how much you have completed. When you log in again after a gap, we take you to the place where you were studying. So continue watching. आपको टाइम वेस्ट नहीं होता है यहाँ वहां ढूंढने में कि मैं कहाँ से फिर से शुरू करूं. एंड यू कैन टैग द कंटेंट. वो कंटेंट को आप एक टैग लगा सकते हो, जैसे हम अपनी बुक में टैग लगाते हैं कि स्टडी लेटर, मार्क इम्पोर्टेंट. It helps you in managing your time and revising your studies. Use this technological tool when you are studying at ixamBee. Also learn from the success stories of these people. We have many on our channel from 2020 selection, 2018 selections, people from engineering background like Mr. Naveen and Mr. Ashutosh, or maybe MBAs like Santana Panda. You may go to the details of these video one by one. एक एक करके सबकी स्ट्रेटजी सुनो. You will figure out your own because your ground zero is different. Find out that ground zero. We are here to help you in your preparation. If you need exclusive guidance, contact us at 920-5524-028. Government job exams are made easy by ixamBee. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon.